How are we all this morning? So we have another cloudy day. It's been raining overnight. Yeah, the weather here is rather weird at the moment, to say the least. But anyway, we can't complain. If we don't get the rain, we complain, and if we do get it, we complain. So we're never happy, are we? All right. So I went live last night. Hi, Holly. How are you this morning? Um, I, Before I start, my name is Lorraine. I live in Maryborough in Queensland, Australia, and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator. So I went live last night and did a card, which I will show you all again in a minute. So today I am going to sort of go on a bit from that and make a bigger card. So this card is slightly larger than our normal cards. However, it will fit into, I think it's a C5 envelope. I'm not sure. I think it is. Not a C6. So yeah. So we're going to do that this morning. I've cut and folded some of the pieces because otherwise it takes forever. But I have gone ahead and done that. And yeah, so let's go down and have a look on the desk and see what's going on down there. Okay, here we go. So this is last night's card. So this is the back of this paper. So it worked really well. We chose to use the yellow. We had a choice of yellow, pink, or white. We chose to use the yellow to go in with here. And then we just popped the just the little clear gems, whatever they're called. Yeah, we used those last night, and it gives that a little bit of sparkle. I suppose you could put Wink of Stella on here. I didn't, but you know. And then in the middle, I didn't put a greeting. I just put a strip of the paper in there and just a note on here. So using it as a note card just to. All right. So this morning, what we're going to do, this is one that I made, and I think I said last night, it must have been one of the first cards I made when I first started with Stampin' Up. And so I'm going to sort of not do the same, but I'm going to do the same pattern with this one. Okay, so like I said, it's slightly larger than our normal cards, but if you don't want to post it, hand it out to people. These do flatten, although they stand up quite high there, they do flatten to go in an envelope. Okay, so they go down. All right, so this is called paper folding or teabag folding. It's one of the, what would I say, past things that we used to do. Alrighty, but you know, quite often, oh, I don't want to lose those. Slip down underneath my computer. I think there's another one down there. 2 seconds, I just have to lift that up and get that out. Otherwise, I'll be in trouble later. Sorry about wriggling the computer around there. If I don't get that, I'll be looking for it. There we go. All right, so yeah, so they're the older, one of the older styles that we used to do, older techniques, but sometimes it's really good just to bring them back in, you know, bring the different techniques back in. So this is what we're going to do this morning. So I have pre-cut quite a lot of the stuff. I'm going to be using these dies. Now, these came from the Thoughtful Expressions. Yeah, Thoughtful Expressions dies. Now, the Thoughtful Expressions cling stamp set is actually on last chance, and it's a bit sad, really, because it's such a beautiful one, such a lovely stamp set, you know, had some gorgeous words on it. So if it was one of your favorites, or if it's something that you like, now's a really good chance to go in and grab it, because it's on last chance. I couldn't find the dies on there, so they may have already gone. I don't know, but the dies are, see, they're nesting dies. And these are one of my favorites again. So, of course, they'll be staying in my stash. But, yeah, so, and we had these here. Alrighty, so I might even use this one later to put the sentiment on. Alrighty, so yeah, I'm using them today because that's what I'd already picked out, but definitely with the stamp set, it's on last chance, and a beautiful set. So we've got all sorts of bits of paper sitting here and all sorts of dies and what have you, and I'm going to do a little bit of fussy cutting, and I've got that out for some other stuff as well. So what we're going to do, you can also see here, I have folded, I need 12 for this project. I have folded 11, so I've got one left to fold. But let's start with the sizes. So your card base is 11.5 by 7 inches, and you score it at 3.5 and 9.25. And then for the outside pieces, we have one piece that goes here, which is 2 inches by 6 3/4. And this one is 3.25 by 6 3/4. Okay. And I actually, no, they are level. Yep. All right. Excellent. So that's our card base, and we score those. So just let me score those down now. I'll probably do it again later. So I chose the yellow because I'm actually working with the lovely yellow flowers and what have you. So there's our card base scored, and there's our side bits ready. So I thought what I would do, I'll repeat what I did last night. Yes, I love that too. I haven't got much left of it, to be quite honest. And last night when I was cutting these pieces, it was when I was doing the other card, I thought I need a strip of this, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And after I finished doing the live, there was a piece on the floor. Anyway, I did it, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so this is a 4 centimeter by 4 centimeter piece of just ordinary paper. It's not cardstock or anything. It's just what I use in the computer when I print stuff off. So I'll show you how we do the fold. So you take the top. I can write it on there, but it probably won't show in a minute anyway. This part here is the bit that you want to show, all right, at the end. So especially if you've got double-sided paper, then you need to decide what part you want to show as your top part. And we fold that in half diagonally like that. And then we open it up and we put that back on the top, and we fold it diagonally that way. Actually, there's a tiny bit off here, if you can see that. So when I cut the squares for the one I did yesterday, I actually used a die cut. But today, because these are so much smaller, I used I cut them on the trimmer. All right, so there's those. Now what we do is we turn it over, and then we go straight across like that. And then we turn it and we go straight across again, like that. So that gives us our card. Now, all right, this one's going to go the other way, but then all you do is you can see it sort of forms this this thing itself, and you just push those two and those two. So those, you can see where it's going downward, those two and those two together, and it forms like a triangular hat type thing. It's really important to keep burnishing them, because that way then it keeps it flatter. And then you pop your finger up the top, you bring this one and you just fold it along that line there, and you burnish. And then you take the other side, which is that one there, you fold it and you burnish. And there it is. That is what we're aiming for. And we usually need 8 of these, or some designs use 6, but we usually use 8. So there it is. The ones that I'm doing today are 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches, so a lot smaller. Last night's, I think, were 2 inches by 2 inches, but we're making a small excuse me, we're making a small mandala this morning. So I found last night, which was excellent, that you can actually pop these together with glue dots, and it works really easily. So what we're going to do, actually what I should do, just let me refold this one. This is from last night. Let me refold that and that. Okay, this is good, because what I can do is I can show you how we're going to slip these together. So we're going to lift this and we're going to slip that one, that edge there, that edge there underneath, bringing these points together. Okay, so it's not hard, they just slip under, and we're going to attach it there. So I'm going to put the glue dot under this, where we've got like the kite shape, on that side of that, and then slip that one underneath, and it will sit like that. And then the next one, of course, we're going to put the dot under here. And so that's what we're going to do with these to make our little mandala. So lift up this one, pop under the glue dot, just under there. It doesn't matter if it comes out, because this one is now going to cover that. Okay, so we're going to pop that in there with the centers going together, and there's our first part. Okay, next glue dot goes under this one here, pop it there. Of course it wants to stick and not come off. And then we take our next little petal, or whatever we want to call it, and we place that there, and we push it down. So we're going to use 8. Now I know I said I made 12, and there's a reason for that. I'll actually fold this other one in a minute, which I'll show you in a minute. And we keep going with this. Now you can do 4 and then another 4, or you can just keep going around in a circle. I personally keep going around in a circle, because I find it brings it together better if I do it that way. And I can't believe I put an order in and I forgot to order glue dots, dimensionals, and all the, the things that we just use for every day putting stuff together. So almost left a bit of gap there. It'll be right. So I've got another order sitting there for the beginning of the month. But next week, next weekend, I head off on a cruise for a week. So there will be no, well, unless I can do one from the ship, but I think that might not happen. Okay, so we're putting all these down like this. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 2 more. Oops, nearly went the wrong way. Squeeze that in there, and then we want 1 more. So with this one, obviously we're going to pop a glue dot under here, and we're going to attach that one. Pull that back over. And so we're also going to put one under here to join to make the circle. So 1 in there, which doesn't want to leave, really. I'm making this look really awkward, and it's absolutely not. It's just that piece of glue dot there. Okay, so we're going to move that one into there. And there we have it. We have our little mandala. So you can, once you've got it in, once you stick it down, you can push it in more to the middle, which gives you less of that gap in the middle. Now, with the original one that I did, which I haven't shown you, so this was another one that I did, but we used to use brads, and I must admit I'm a big fan of brads. I love them. But yeah, so we did establish last night that we can use some of the bigger dots. Right. Oh, that one actually looks bigger than that one. Well, there you go. So that's that. So then we've got 3 left. Well, we actually need 4, and those were all 1.5 by 1.5. So I'm just going to fold the 4th one. And it is, the smaller the pieces, then obviously the more intricate it becomes, but it's fine. It's very easy to do. Now you watch, this one will give me a hard time or something, and it won't look easy at all. Okay, so burnish that. Okay, so here we go. We're going to look at this here. We can see it's doing its thing there and there. And we're just going to burnish that. And then we're taking this side and folding it down to the middle, just like we did on the bigger one. That's it there. And then we're taking the other side and we're folding it down as well. Now, I don't want to do that. I don't want to burnish it just yet because this one is deciding to, there it goes. That's it. So we need it up at that point like that. Okay, so there's that one. So they're going to go down. This one is going to sit on the side, and then these are going to sit down there. So the reason that we have those is we've got these little yellow squares. So these are only 1 inch by 1 inch, and we're going to put them as diamonds down the side of the card. And then this one is going to sit in the middle with that on it. All right. And then these are going to each have one of these. So I could have done them in a different color, but I think for now I will just leave them at that. All right, so let's start popping this together. Morning, Lynn. Hi, Mum. Sorry, I've been busy doing this and I haven't been watching the chat. All right, so to start with, I'm going to put this on here and this on here. All righty, so that's the two. So I've done that for a reason, obviously. So I might open that up to put that on. So that's just gonna sit in there. And then this one, I'm gonna put the other way up. And I thought it was actually dimensional, but it's not. So that's also good. You're getting 3 hi mums, Mum. So we're just going to pop this one on here like that. So that gives us our 2 edges. So this one is going to sit in here with that. And then I just want to check these because you know what, they might not have been. Yeah, they are 1 inch by 1 inch, so I don't know. Oh, they overlap, that's right. Okay, so then we're going to pop those down there. That's going to sit on there and pop on there. So what I want to do, I sort of want to eyeball the middle, although it might be better to measure because what do we do? Say, well, that's 2 3/4 that way, but it's only 2 1/2 that way. So we're just going to pop it down a little bit so that that's about right there. So I'll just make a tiny mark so that I can see where I'm going to pop that. And then I'm just going to stick this down. So this one just goes down square. And then these, so this one goes here and this one overlaps it like that. All right, but before we do that, one of these has to go on to each of those. So we're just going to put the glue on the back. And we're going to pop that just a teeny bit up so that there's a bit of a tiny bit of a border there. So that's that one. And then we'll do the same with this one. So just that little bit at the back there. And we're going to pop it like that. You know what these remind me of? They remind me of those wall plaque things that you put candles in, or you put flowers in. Okay, so I'm going to put that on there. Now, this one, let me check that. Yeah, this one is going to go here like this, and this one is just going to slightly overlap it, because it just needs to sit at the top of the DSP there. I'll try and get them in line, which would be great, Lorraine, like that. Okay, so that's those two sitting there. Now, this is obviously going to go in here as well. We're going to do the other two. So let's stick this one. On here. And this one the same. Oh, you were thinking it was those little like sconce things as well. They actually look quite pretty. And if you're really feeling, there's no reason why you can't put something in there, you know, like a leaf or something to sort of brighten it up a little bit. So that's that one. But these ones, we're going to actually turn up the other. You can still put them that way if you want to, but I'm going to turn them this way. So we won't be putting anything in these. Okay. All right, so this one. This is going to go there. And then this one. With a bit of post-it note on the back of it. Okay, now this one's just going to overlap like that. So you can see I probably did have a bit more space at the bottom than the top there, but that's okay. Alrighty, so that's all that stuck. And now we're going, so the back of this isn't too bad either. And you can actually build that onto something like this if that's what you would prefer to do. I've always just done it this way and then pulled it together. So just popping a little bit of glue. Now I will have to hold this for a second or two when I first put it down. We'll pop that down like that in the middle and bring it all in and just hold it down. I'll just do that for a second while that glue takes. We've got one piece here that doesn't want to, oh, there it is. Okay. All right, so that is that side panel pretty much finished. All right. So now we're going to do a bit of decoration on here. So what I thought was I would cut a larger one of those for there and a smaller one. So I'm thinking, now just let me show you, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to fussy cut around these and pop them on there. So I'm thinking I'm going to do the bigger one in the green, and then the smaller one I'm using, it's a slightly darker, I'm not quite sure what color it is, but yeah. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use this because of the green. Alrighty. So I think I might do the green on the outside and the orangey bit on the middle. So I'll just cut these. Just my cut and emboss machine is behind me, so okay, let's I'm going to put that green there because I may even cut some greenery. Yeah, I'll see. And then that is going to sit on there. And I think those two colors, once we put these flowers on, are going to look quite okay. Now, let me put those in there before I lose them. And I had a pair of scissors in there. And I'm just going to quickly fussy cut around these. I actually don't mind fussy cutting. It doesn't really worry me. But then I used to do a lot of the decoupage 3D, whatever you want to call it. And I mean, that was all cut, wasn't it? Although in latter times, I used a craft knife for it as opposed to scissors. But it would depend on what I was doing. So the trick obviously is to move the paper and not move, just let the scissors do their thing. Okay. So it really doesn't take long at all. So there's our first one. Oh, there it is. I was going to say I had three. Where did the next one go? And we'll do this one. You don't have to leave the white mark around the edge if you don't want to. You can actually cut it right to the line. Depends what look you're looking for. If I was going to build these up as a decoupage, which it's quite possible to do, I would have been cutting them right on the line. It's almost like I feel like I need to hold my tongue right to get this done. Okay. And then I thought I'd do this. Can you see that? It doesn't look as though you can in this light, but I know when I look back on it, on the replay, I can usually see the colours better than I can see them when I show you. Oh, and the other thing we did last night too was when we were deciding what gems we were going to put in the middle, someone said, you know, about colouring the clear ones, which we thought was a great idea initially. And then, so we coloured one, but I also had the drusies out, and I thought, oh, I wonder if you can colour the drusies. And the clear drusies look absolutely great coloured. So I hadn't seen anyone else do it. I'm sure they had, but yeah, it was a bit of an ooh moment. Let's just get these around here. So this is like a marigold, this one. Not quite sure what those are. All right, so we have our little flowers, which I'm going to put onto there in a second. So actually, I've got to cut a bit more away from that one. That's got a lot of white around that leaf. Cut a bit of that out. Don't like it. That's better. All right, so I'm going to pop these down. Now I'm either going to put, because I want the leaves coming out, and maybe pop one of these smaller ones up, I'm thinking. So I might put the green down flat. Who have I missed coming in? Sue? Sue. Hi, Sue. Hi, Sue. There you are. No, you're not late again. Oh, that's funny. I said last night I was late because my live is usually at 9 a.m. in the morning, and I did it at 7:30 last night. So I'm just going to put that one down like that. And then I don't know whether to put that flat and pop these up. We'll see. You know what, I might... No, I'm going to put it down flat and then wish I had popped it up. But anyway, let's pop it down flat for now. So that and that. Alrighty. So now, see, even the back of these, look how gorgeous that is. Like, so pretty. Anyway, I thought if I put this one, I'm actually thinking that one might be the best one to pop up, and then pop these two down underneath it slightly. That might work, I think. So let me pop this one up. Dimensionals. So I'm just going to put the dimensionals towards the middle, because if I'm going to pop it up, I want to be able to put stuff in at the sides. And if I've got the dimensionals in the middle, I know I have... Oh, sorry, that was off. I've put the dimensionals in the middle there. So I thought if I did that like that and pop that up, and then with these, what I can do is I can slide them in underneath, knowing that the dimensionals are out of the way. So I'm just going to pop a bit of glue on here, and I'm going to slide this one under there like that. And then again with this one, a bit of glue here, and I'm going to slide that one under, but not too far. There we go. And we have the one in the middle sitting up and those. So that gives us a nice little arrangement in there. So this one would obviously be a good one to use Linka Stella on, which we'll do in a minute. Now, I'm going to put a sentiment on there. Now, I use the smaller one as the big one this time. And oops. And I'll use that there. Now, I don't think we need any more greenery coming out of there, do we? Not at the moment, so I might just leave that. So I'll cut these two, and what I'll do is I really want to stamp on, I suppose I could try stamping on that colour. So let's do those two colours again, just to keep it in line. So I want the smaller one to be in the orange colour. So I've done that. I've put no thought into what I'm actually going to stamp on it, but that's okay. I'm sure we'll find something. And I'll just do the bigger one in the green. So that'll keep it fairly uniform, won't it? Might decide I don't like it yet. Might be too much. Nope. So we can pop that down there. Now I'm going to stamp on there. So there's one in here that I really like, and it's sometimes there are no words. And pretty sure it's this one. Yeah. And that is going to fit on there. So I'm going to use that one. And I'm just going to leave the line that up with that. And I might stamp it in just basic grey, I think. Oh, thank you. Let's oh, got a little one there. That's all right. We'll pop a thingy on that. That's not enough to worry about. You can see I've just made a little boo-boo. All right, this one down flats. So these have got the lovely stitching on them. And this one I'm going to pop up. So I'm going to put one. I'm going over to my friend Sue's place later because she has dimensionals and I don't. I'm running out. Okay, take these off and turn that over. And we're just going to place that is that even straight? No. Okay, so basically that is our card. I've still got to do the insert, which I will do in a minute. Now let's have a look at what we're going to use on here. Now, let me show you. So last night we just went with the rhinestones. So just the rhinestones last night, which looked quite good in the center. Now, because we're using yellow, we could use the blooming pearls, which we have, sorry, the thing's covering that. The blooming pearls. So they would probably look okay in there. But I am thinking, I know what's coming next, of course. Put that in there. We could use the 24-26 in colours because there's some large yellow ones there, or there's some green ones. Or we could use the drusies, of course. Now look, can you see that one there? I coloured that one last night and it looks rather cute, I think. But I also think that with these, just the clear one would look really nice here. And then possibly over this side put a couple of the gold ones. So should we just have a play with that and see what we think? Anybody got any ideas about what I should use? Oh, I'll tell you what, while you're thinking about what you think I should use, I will cut the insert. So let's have a look at what the insert is. So the insert is 5.5 by 6.5 by the look of that. So I'll cut a piece 5.5 by 6.5. Get it out of that one. Oh, we'll go this way. See you later, Suzanne. I'll pop on. Now, do you know 6.5 is one of those ones I don't like doing on here. Move. But I believe it is there. And I changed my my blade too, which is pretty good. Makes it a druzy. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. Let's play. It's fun to play, isn't it? Okay, so we can pop that in there in a minute. Let's pop it in there now. Why procrastinate? Let's do right now what we should be doing. So just, this does leave, obviously, a much larger insert area for writing a message, which is great. I actually like them as a sort of note card things. Now, for the inside of that, we can put, let's see what I've got a strip of. Is that what we used? No, we used the other one, didn't we? This paper set, of course, has all the, I nearly made a mistake putting, can I put that across there or shall I go with that? I might just go with that. So I'll do it about 1.5. And 6 5.5, and then I can put that. Oh, that's not right. 5.5 maybe. And then I can put that across the bottom there like that. Okay, so I'll do that. And yes, I think we will go with, I could put that way, but then it's the opposite way to what I've got it on the front, and I'm not keen on that idea. So, or I could put it down the side. I think actually it looks quite sweet down the side there, and it doesn't have to be the same. Let's do that just for something different. Let's put a bit of glue. And we'll pop it down there. And then we've got plenty of room here for a message. We can stamp it if we want to. Thank you, Holly. Oh dear. Now it looks like I've got to put 2 strips, doesn't it? Let's see. Let me see. Might have to put a strip down the other side as well. Can do that. Let's thank you, Holly. Oh my goodness. I expect my mum was there going, Lorraine, you've got the card upside down. What did I do this at? I did it at 1 1/4 or something. No, perhaps not that much. Yeah, I did. 5.5. This is going to have a completely different inside look to it, but that's okay. Thank goodness you girls are watching. Let's pop that one that side. There we go. Probably not what I initially envisaged, but at least we've got the insert, we've got the outside. We're going to use the drusies on here. So I'm going to put the large one, take the large one, and I'm going to pop it into the center of here, which will really give that a nice sparkle. And then 1, 2, 3. What I can do is put because these are the gold. Just wanted to pop them one there and one there to give that a bit of sparkle. And I might just put 1, 2, 3. I can put 2 of the smaller ones. If it's overkill, let me know. But I really wanted to cover that, so I could put 2 of the smaller ones down here like that. What do we think? That's the insert, that's the outside. So I'm going to put some Wink of Stella. I find the one that's got any in it. This one should have. And luckily I can't do anything wrong with it upside down there. I'm just going to do that every time, don't I? Just put a bit of wink around there, a little bit on these. to give it a bit of life. Oops. That looks a bit weird until it dries. Okay. Tweet. I only tried to put the glue lid on the Wink of Stella brush. All right. Well, we might just flick some over here, although we've got a bit of splatter on the paper, so we can do a bit. That was a big splodge. And we'll just have to stay there. All right, so we've done that on there, and then we'll do a bit more. In there. There's a bit of sparkle in there, and then we have the same out there. And that's it. That's pretty much all I'm going to do with it. You will need to burnish these down, and it will fit into your envelope, but just make sure these are down flat. Okay, these are often cards that it's better to give out than to post. Why have I got it that I feel? Does anyone else feel I need to put another one in there? I really feel like I need to, and that's going to give me an even number, but oh well. It just seems to look bare, that big flower, that's all. Let's give it something to brighten it up. Oh, that looks better. All right, definitely better. Okay, well, thank you so much. I'm just going to ramble through my rubbish here, and I'll come back up to the top camera. There we go. So I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoy making these. I have a lot of fun with these. So that was today's, and this was last night's. Oh, my computer's now telling me I'm speaking English. Pretty pleased about that. Okay, so this is the one from last night. You can also do them. I'll just show you. This is another fold, and I might do this at a later date, but this one's done with circles. Okay, so that's not that camera, it's that camera. You can see it's done with circles and it's folded slightly differently, but again, it's not hard. So I could possibly do that on Thursday, which I may well do, or I'll do something new. I got some new stuff yesterday. Those that were on last night would have seen it, but what did I get? So I got the sunrise sailing, so the stamps, the dies, and the embossing folders, which I'm excited to start to use. And I also got, where did I put that other one? I think my cat's eaten it. Here we go. And I also, just let me pop back down to the desk just very quickly because it's easier to show you down there. I also got the chairs and sips, the dies, and the stamp set. It says a lot about me, doesn't it? Really? And these beautiful, these are called holographic resin dots, and they are so pretty. Just look at the colors in those. They actually look green, but they are wow. And then, at least I don't have to open this again today, this gold and like see-through chiffon-y ribbon with the gold through it. that I can tell is going to be one of my favorites. Now, I'm not sure. I should have checked last night, actually. There's 2 embossing folders here. And what they called? Glass and Gardens embossing folders. So I'm not sure if it comes with this suite or not. It may well do. Otherwise, I randomly ordered them. But I don't know if you can see that. It's got flowers there. Let me find something darker. I went through this last night. Couldn't find anything. Can you see it? No, doesn't matter. It's got flowers. Beautiful roses coming down through the middle. And this one is, I don't know if you can see it. It's sort of like a checkerboard. But then it goes out to, I don't know what you would call that one. What do they call it? Glass and Gardens. So I'm assuming that this is the glass. This one. So yeah, pretty little embossing folders there. So I will check. I'm not sure whether they came with that suite or whether I ordered them for the sake of ordering. And then of course there's the celebratory sets, 12 by 12 paper. And it has, this one has your jugs and look, Pims. Jugs and bottles of wine and what have you. The beautiful new strawberry slush on the back there. Another gorgeous paper here with our greens on the back. Isn't that pretty? Then we've got these. I can see these. I can think of lots of things that I can do with those. So, and then on the back, we've got a muted like stars, which is rather cute. Then we have the bigger glasses and jars and what have you. And look, just look at that. I would buy 6 of these just to get 12 of these. So I absolutely love that color. And then we've got these gorgeous little ones here. And on the back of there is the, is it Magic Sea or whatever it's called? Secret Sea, which is, it's a bluey grey. It's going to be one of my favorites. I know. I love that. And then this is the Timid Tiger on the back of this one here, which is very similar to what I used last night, just not quite as bright. So aren't they gorgeous? I love them. And the stamp set itself, it has like tumblers, it has the sort of more squat glasses or jars or whatever. It's got your greenery that you can use in here. It has, looks like raspberries, strawberries, orange or lemon, whichever, cherries, beautiful little umbrella. I'm thinking that might be the stem to the umbrella, not 100. Ice cubes. It says cheers. It says to you, to us. It's your day and let's celebrate. So I'm excited to use that. Yeah, I sort of had a lot of ideas when I first saw it. All right, back up. I just wanted to show you those that weren't on last night, to show you that. Okay, so thank you so much for watching me today, and I will be back. What's tomorrow? Oh no, I work tomorrow, so I will be back Thursday morning. I am thinking of making one of my lives an evening one, because it was quite nice last night doing an evening one. I quite enjoyed it. So we'll see how we go. But thank you so much. If you could subscribe, if you could like, give me the thumbs up, all the different things that you do, just to help the I think it's the algorithms or whatever with Facebook and with YouTube. The more we get seen, the more we will be seen. So I would really appreciate you doing that. That's absolutely fantastic. All right. I will see you all on Thursday. Bye for now. Have